What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy D Dyson. Man, Star Wars, Mandalorian Season 2 review, 12 out of 10. Like, I know everybody's watched it. Everybody watched the season finale, the Luke Skywalker intro. But just overall, this season has been some of the best Star Wars we've ever watched. Ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, I tell myself, this is opening up a lot of doors for Star Wars, and it's opening a lot of doors for other shows, because I didn't think that it'll be way bigger than Ahsoka coming on screen, and Rosario Dawson killed it as Ahsoka, and then you had Boba Fett. Forgot old boy's name, but he reprised his role as Boba Fett, and then when Boba gets his armor and then he cleans it, like it's, it's just so much nostalgic and the great feels because it's tying all in. Like how all these people are running across the Mandalorian. You didn't really know what to expect in the trailers of Mandalorian. They kept it really secret, which I really love. Because in the trailers, you only had them going to that ice planet. You had them going to that, like, the water planet. And you saw Sasha Banks, but you didn't know what she was going to be. So you got to see other Mandalorians, like Bo-Katan. So you got to see the Clone Wars Mandalorians and how they all intervene in all this. And with Din Djarin's, how he goes about all this and trying to carry Baby Yoda to the destination. Like, to me, this is set up so perfectly. All the analysis of this whole season is just going to be on full display all over YouTube. I'm one of those fans that watches. Shout out to New Rockstars, who breaks down every episode, does the Easter eggs, the fan theories, the Wookiee leaks. I watch it all, you know what I'm saying? So, because I tell myself, I'm like, we're such fans of Star Wars. And I feel like if you're an OG Star Wars fan like myself, you know the magnitude that this holds with the whole Star Wars realm. Like, this season alone is better than the last trilogy that came for Star Wars. Like, you could just erase that trilogy and just have this. Like, you should have just did this and then built into that trilogy. But I know moving forward, this is going to open up Star Wars into another trilogy like we've never seen it before, because you're getting the backstory with these shows that's going to come out, and it's setting up beautifully for Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ahsoka, the Bad Batch. I feel like with the Bad Batch, that may be an actual TV show as well. With Boba Fett, even at the end of this, the Book of Boba, like, I'm like, ooh, that just sounds like it's a good drink, you know what I'm saying? Like the Book of Boba, you know, like, it just sounds good. So that's why I tell myself, I'm like, it's so much in this to unwrap that you just I can't sit still, and I just get so jittery when I talk about The Mandalorian, because I've never seen this much good TV from one good TV show in a very long time. Like, this show had everything you wanted and more, because you didn't know you wanted it. You know, for having Luke Skywalker come in when Bo-Katan was like, identify yourself, and you just see that one X-Wing just come in by itself, and you have an idea, but you don't, and then you see him hop out with the robe, and it's like, he reminds me of Anakin in Revenge of the Sith with the black robe, and it's just like, okay, let me rush in, and then you see with the smoke, hooded, and you see the hand, you see the green lightsaber, and I just woke up because I watched this episode like at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm halfway asleep, and then I just wake up like, oh my gosh. You see the green lightsaber, and you just the whole time, could it be? Could it be? Could it be? And he just mowing through the dark droids, and I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh. Then he pulls the leg, I'm like, you really got Luke Skywalker. The only thing about it was the CGI face. Yes, I'm one of those people, like everyone else. The CGI really threw me off. Like, I get it with Mark Hamill. I get it. I feel like Mark Hamill may have a license to Luke Skywalker or some type of property of Luke Skywalker, so he has to play it. But everyone knows Sebastian Stan should play a young Luke Skywalker, because he looks just like Luke Skywalker and Mark Hamill to play that role. But just nevertheless, the hooded Luke Skywalker rivals the Darth Vader end scene in Rogue One. Like that's everything you wanted to see in Luke Skywalker that The Last Jedi did not produce. So we got to see that, and I feel like they should expound upon that to see what other Force abilities that Luke Skywalker had, because they kept saying that Luke is the most powerfulest Jedi other than Mace Windu and Master Yoda. Like he's a combination of the two. So I would love to see what Force abilities Luke really had and that he created and what he teaches. Hopefully they do make that TV show of Luke Skywalker in the Jedi Temple and what he's been training before Kylo Ren burned it all down. Like, and you just get to see how many other Jedis that are out there, because if he was training them, it's a lot more. So like I said, the saga continues. That's why I like it. And you just got to introduce it in the Mandalorian. They all ran across the Mandalorian, which I personally love. Mandalorian, Din Djarin has been is arguably my top 3 favorite Star Wars characters of all time. Like, because they just did magnificent writing with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Like, they did magnificent writing with this character. Pedro Pascal embodies the Mandalorian. I'm really happy because I remember in the summer this year, it was reported that Pedro Pascal walked out on set because he couldn't take his mask off, and when he ran across Bo-Katan on the water planet, and Bo-Katan's like, dude, you're one of those crazy religious zealots that believe that the ancient ways can't do that. So it made him kind of look stupid. So I'm just like, he could take his helmet off. He can. He's a foundling. He's almost like he's the closest thing to a real Mandalorian as it gets. Although he's not Mandalorian, but he's the closest thing to it. Like, so I know that season 3 is going to build up further into that. That's why I can't wait to see where they're going to go with that, because he does have to battle Bo-Katan for that Darksaber that he beat Moff Gideon for. So basically, he's the ruler of Mandalore. And what better badass than Din Djarin? But Bo-Katan, that's her goal, is to rule Mandalore. So I really feel like they're going to battle it out. He's going to give it. He's probably going to beat her, and then it's like, I'm still going to give it to you though. Like, I'm gonna pull back a move, and it's like, and she's going to know, and then hey, and still he's going to be like one of those high ups in Mandalore, and everybody going to be like, yeah, you're like going to be a real Mandalorian, and may have his own creed. Like, because they have their own factions. So I think Din Djarin is going to have his own creed, but he's going to be like, no, I'm by myself. I'm already with one. And then I want the armor lady to come back. Like, I want her role to be a little bit better in season 3. But like I said, man, it's just so many things to unwrap. That's why I haven't dropped my review of it. Because like I said, it's just so many things to unwrap with this season that I really loved, that we got everything that we wanted. Like, like I said, with Ahsoka, I thought it would not get better than that, but it really did. And that's why I was like, oh my gosh, you finally have Jedi and the Mandalorian, so now to me, it's time to introduce Sith and the Mandalorian. Like, it may have Darth Maul still lurking in the wings. You have all of it. So that's why I cannot wait for this. And I just really tell myself, this is bar none the best TV show this year. Number 2 is The Boys, but Mandalorian takes the cake with this. So, you guys enjoyed my review of The Mandalorian Season 2. Subscribe to my channel. Post a comment down below. Tell me, guys, what you think about this season. Was it good? Would predict everything that you want to predict for Season 3. Subscribe to my channel. It's your boy, D. Dyson. Peace.